is a number that should grab your attention in the CAT exam. VARC gives you just 40 minutes to answer 24 questions, and that single section can make or break your overall percentile. I have seen students with brilliant quant scores miss their dream call simply because VARC pulls their composite down. The good news, VARC is the most learnable section of the CAT exam. Also, let's see how you can enjoy reading this and studying from this YouTube playlist, which we are going to begin very soon. So, it is not just about the luck, but also managing the sections that will help you to know about how you can proceed further. It actually rewards your habits and not just luck. Over the next 20 videos, I am going to hand you a complete system to turn reading into a scoring machine. So, if you are a serious CAT aspirant and want to score 99 plus percentile, stay with me right to the end of this one. Let's start with the exam pattern. Let's start with the cold hard structure because you can't beat a game whose rules you don't know. VARC stands for Verbal Ability and Reading Comprehension. In the current pattern, you face 24 questions in a 40-minute sectional window. That window is locked. You cannot borrow time from Quant or DILR, and you cannot return to VARC once you move out. So, time discipline inside this 40 minutes is everything. Now the marking scheme. Each correct answer earns you 3 marks, and each wrong multiple choice question answers cost you 1 mark. That's negative marking and is the reason guessing blindly is dangerous. But here's a crucial detail many beginners miss. Some questions are TITA, which stands for type in the answer. These have no options and importantly no negative marking. That single fact changes your strategy on TITA questions or TITA questions, so you can afford an educated attempt, while on tricky MCQs you must weigh the risk. Roughly speaking, you have about 100 seconds per questions on an average, but that average is misleading because reading a passage and answering its questions are very difficult and different activities. Smarter way to think about this: you will spend most of your time reading well and answering becomes fast once you have understood the passage. We will build that skill across this course. Here's the most important strategic insight of this entire video. Out of those 24 questions, roughly 16 comes from reading comprehension and only about 8 from verbal ability. That means 2/3 of your VARC marks, 66% life inside RC passages. Let that sink in. If you master reading comprehension, you have entirely won the section. That's exactly why this course front loads RC. Videos on 1 through 12 are devoted almost entirely to reading skill, passage types, and question strategy. That 8 verbal ability questions are mostly on para-jumbles, para-summary. Also, odd sentence out and sentence completion are high accuracy. So, smaller weight items is the one which we will cover in 13 through 18, which are definitely scoreable, but they are not where the bulk of your percentile is won. Always allocate your practice in proportion to the marks at stake. Before we go further, let me burst 3 myths that quietly sabotage most aspirants. Myth 1. You must read every fast. But reality is that smart, focused reading beats raw speed every time. A student who reads at a moderate pace but truly understands the structure will surely outscore a speed reader who finishes the passages with no idea what is said. We are training comprehension first, speed second. Myth 2. You must attempt all 24 questions. Reality is that selective accuracy outscores blind volume. Because of negative marking, attempting 18 questions with high accuracy will usually beat attempting all 24 with reckless guessing. Choosing which questions and passages to attempt is a skill in itself. We will train for it. Myth 3. A huge vocabulary alone wins RC. Reality is that logic and inference matter far more. Yes, vocabulary helps, and we have a full video on it later. But CAT rarely tests obscure words for their own sake. It tests whether you can follow an argument, catch a shift in tone, and infer what the author implies but does not state. That's a reasoning skill, and reasoning is trainable. Now, let's make your goals concrete. These bands are approximate and slight shiftly with each other's slot difficulty, but they give you a target. A net score of around 14 to 16 typically lands near the 85th percentile, plus that to 18 to 20, and you are looking at roughly the 95th percentile. Cross 22 net marks and you are knocking on the 99th percentile door. Notice how high or tight that top band is. Nearly the 99th percentile, a swing of just 2 or 3 net marks can move you several points. Okay, and that's why accuracy is gold and why a single careless negative can be expensive. Throughout this course, every technique I teach is aimed at one thing and only one thing: converting your reading ability into reliable and repeatable net score. Well, another interesting part would be the plan and the homework. Let me leave you with a simple mantra. And your first assignment, the mantra is the 3 R's. Read daily to build the habit, reason rather than memories, and review every single error you make. Those 3 behaviors repeated are what separate a 90 percentile student from a 99 percentile one. Here's the roadmap. Video 1 through 12, build your reading comprehension core. 13 through 18, sharpen your verbal ability. And 19 and 20, cover vocabulary and full exam strategy. Your homework today is small but important. Pick one quality publication like the Economist or Aeon and read a single article tonight. Just notice how it's structured. In the next video, we will turn that into a daily reading system that makes long passages feel easy. I will see you there. So, that was all for it covering today, and reach out for more details and classes that you would like. Thank you so much.